Welcome back to Crafts TV. We're just taking a moment there to observe a national minute silence. Welcome back. It is Saturday, it's Super Saturday here on Crafters TV, and we have got a fabulous show lined up for you over the next couple of hours. It is a Craft Vault special, not something we normally bring to you at this time of the day on a Saturday, but I don't know what's happened. Debbie's been over at HQ, she's been throwing her toys out the pram, she's been stomping her feet, and she's managed to get you double discounts. There was going to be discounts, but with Debbie's double discount deals is what we're looking at today. Debbie, how are you?
I am absolutely fine, thank you, Joe. Yep, and we have indeed got some amazing deals on the show today for you, and I did go and have a word with everybody, and I did say, if you want me to come and do this show, I need some really awesome, fantastic, fabulous deals, which is what I hope we've got for you today. And I'll show you a few of the things, because we have got lots and lots of different items on the show, from nesting dies, and I say nesting dies, as you know, nesting dies are very, very versatile. Lots of things you can do with them, including, I've got a bunting here, I knew this were a mistake when I pulled this out, but you can make things from card making to bunting. We've got pop-up boxes galore, and we've got our lovely Christmas themes away in the manger. We've got the lovely Father Christmas there as well, even a poinsettia one too, Joe. So we've got some really lovely deals on there, covering all sorts of different occasions. We've got some floral decoupage too, so we've got floral decoupage on here. We've got double-sided dies, some beautiful double-sided dies on the show. We've got our lovely Debby Fishables, or commonly known as the Edgeables, and we've also got some beautiful embossing folders on the show too. So we have got a lot of different deals on here at amazing prices, which I think they'll blow your socks off, Joe. I know they will yours.
Absolutely, they are going to knock your socks off. Loads of you tuning in from all over and saying hello. Remember, you can get in touch with me in all the normal ways. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube as well. I'm going to kick off with a couple of deals for you on those nesting dies that Debbie was just talking about, because this is fantastic value. You were going to get 15%, and then we've given you an extra 20% off in total, so you're saving over 30% here now. In here, what you get is the scalloped edged ovals, as you can see here, and you're also going to get those scalloped edge circles in there for you too. Platinum members, you've got a great deal here. £14.12 or £18.43 is your price on these ones. They're not the only ones we have though, because we also have a second set, a set of 4, and in here I'm going to show you what you've got. So within this one, it's the torn edge circle that you can use here. This is also the torn edge circle as well, this one here. You are then getting a fancy, we get 2 different circles. So you've got this one that's got the sort of fancy shape to it just here, and then you get the other torn edge, which is a circular one. You then get the heart, which is fantastic too, which is that one just there, and you're going to receive the squares in there also. This is brilliant, this one. Again, same deal, 15% is what you were meant to get. Debbie's only gone and wangled you an extra 20%. So it means today, 28.26 is a platinum member, or 36.88. How much are the stocks on here? Whoa, 80% already gone on that 4-piece collection. If you want it, definitely grab it. There's loads of other stuff. I'm going to take you through that as we go through the show. Get yourself over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Click shop the show. There's amazing deals, but I think they are going to go very, very quickly in this show. Right, where are we starting then, Debbie?
Oh, I thought we'd start right back at the beginning with those beautiful nesting dies. I'm going to use this gorgeous scallop set which we've got on here. So, and this particular one, it's the scalloped edge circle that I've got, and you can see straight away just how many dies you're getting. You're getting 8 perfectly designed dies that fit within each other, so they create that lovely nesting feature and make it really easy to create those lovely perfect mat and layers with those unusual shapes. But not just that as well, there's a whole heap of ways that you can use them. Now, before the show started, I cut myself a square blank card down to, and if I remember my sizing rightly, yeah, it was 5 3/4 square inch, and I've actually matted it with a piece of pattern cardstock. Already popped the glue down on there because I wanted it to dry before we actually started, because I'm going to create myself a little aperture with the dies, and we're going to do lots of fun things with these as well, Joe. So I'm just going to bring this out for a second. Now I've got the first two of the largest ones in this set. What I'm wanting to do to create my aperture is I'm going to use the second one down, because the largest one I'm going to actually create a little bit of a frame to go around the outside feature. So for that, I'm just going to open this up, I'm going to place this down, and I'm going to hold it down with some low tack tape, because bearing in mind these are a thin metal die, but they will cut through quite substantial cardstock, Joe, so it enables you to create things like this with these apertures. So when I'm just popping this on, I am going to place that down onto my Gemini Junior plate, and then I'm going to put the normal platform for a thin metal die over the top. So that's going to create the aperture. Now, if I need to add an extra shim, I'll do that afterwards, Joe. I always like to start with the least pressure first and then add if I need to. So I'm just going to pop that through, and I might need to pop in my metal shim, but I'm going to see how it's cut first through that cardstock. And like I said, sometimes it's always worth that trying before you actually add all the shims in that you think it might need, because you're assuming that I've got cardstock to go through there and a pattern paper on top of that, which made it so there are 300 GSM plus 180 sheets, which was like 480 GSM. You're probably thinking, oh, you need a little bit of an extra crunch. However, you don't. Sometimes it's just working that out. But what you can see now is it's actually created this lovely scalloped aperture, which is absolutely beautiful. And this I'm going to be able to use for something else as well. So I'm just going to place that to one side. To create my little frame that's going to go out there, and this is what I talk about these dies being so versatile, they really truly are. There's lots and lots of ways that you can use them. But I'm going to use a bit of craft card for this one, Joe, and I'm going back to the largest frame and the frame that I've just cut out of, and I'm going to just marry those up slightly, just get those where they sit neatly into each other, and you can see just by that exactly fits there perfectly. But I'm going to hold that down with some low tack tape, so let's just pop that down. Oops, I've double overed me double low tack tape there. Right, let's just see if that'll work. I might be able to use it, Joe. And then again, I'm just going to pop that through and cut that out, okay? So that's his next stage. And then we're going to just keep on using them to create that lovely nested feel. Perfect for matting and layering. If you love your pyramage cards, these will be absolutely fabulous. Just layer them up with a bit of foam pads underneath them. Lots and lots of ways you can use them, Joe. Card blanks. You can make your own easels with these, your own aperture, your own frames. There's lots and lots of things you can do with them. So I'm just going to take that out for a second, and that's now created, I mean, not only just a lovely blank there, but it's created myself that lovely little frame, which is going to sit perfectly around the outside of my frame, and that's by using that largest two and the smaller one as well.
That finishes it off beautifully, doesn't it?
You what, love?
Really finishes it off nicely.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. I'm just going to grab my dotty tape pen for this, though, just to pop this round, and I'm going to get this layer stuck on. And then we're simply just going to use the rest of those dies that all come down in an increment of the size to create some nice matten layers that fit inside the card, inside the aperture, and create a little bit of a pyramage effect as well.
Awesome.
Right, so I'm just going to pop that on, Joe.
Kimberly saying hi from North Carolina. It's a beautiful day here in the south. Terry's in from Ohio. Felicia's in from Ohio. Ohio seems to be the capital, the crafting capital of the US today. Gwen's in California. She's saying hello. Mary Pat is in from Montana. I can see, Beth says vacation over and now on the drive home. Glad to have you all to keep me company. How long have you got, Beth, in the car? Let us know. Dorothy is in Missouri City, Texas. Now, isn't Missouri also a state? I find this very confusing, where you have cities that are not the same as the states. So Washington DC is nowhere near Washington State. I know.
Is it not?
Kansas City isn't in Kansas, apparently.
No.
Yeah, and Missouri City isn't in Missouri. It's in Texas. I mean, how can we keep up?
No,
I think that's true.
That's never right.
Tell me if you've got any more that are like that. That are like, you know, strange place. Not names, but, you know, situation. Kansas City is also in Missouri, not in Kansas. Let me know any more that you know about in the comments. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Dorothy is saying hi from Missouri. So Itchy Vixen is from Illinois. And Carol says hello as well from Denver. How awesome.
Right, Joe, so you can see I've got all my dies laid out here. It's just a case now of choosing which ones you want to layer up. So with that said, I have already pre-done this little bit so I can just show you. But you just choose the dies, and you can see all of these dies all fit neatly within each other to create that lovely effect. So you can see that on this one, I have just taken this with a lovely pattern paper that matches the one that I've been using. But also I've done, to give it a little bit of a touch of an edge, is I've just used an ink pad around the edge there to create a lovely bit of an edge there. I've done the same with one of the smaller ones, so you can see I've created another little smaller pattern there. And then, where's me dream big gone? Joe, what have I done with it? I had it a minute ago. Oh, I've got all these layers. Have I got all these layers? Right. But even going down to the smaller one, how these all fit in there. And I'm just going to layer them up with a couple of foam pads to give them a little bit of height. So this is just a case of choosing your cardstock and your papers to match. You can miss one out like I have done on this one, which creates this bigger frame. But honestly, they're just a real versatile die, and I hope I've got some more samples to be able to show you just how versatile these really are. And they're absolutely beautiful, Joe, really easy to use.
Really lovely. So there is a Kansas City in Kansas, but there is also a Kansas City in Missouri, it turns out. There is also there is a Washington in North Carolina too, as well as Washington State and Washington DC. And there's a Washington in the Northeast as well, here in the UK. Michigan City is in Indiana, and also in Connecticut. They've got towns called Scotland and Lebanon. It's a miracle anyone ever gets anywhere in the States. How do you know where you're going?
Right, I've just popped that into the middle, Joe, so it creates that little vision of that aperture where it comes through. I could put some acetate behind there if I wanted to have that lovely glass dome, but because I've got this layered up, you can see that it just, if I just tilt it slightly, which way do you tilt it? There, you can tilt it there. You can see I've just, by putting those foam pads underneath, it just gives it a lift, and it's a nice little feature. And then I'm just going to add a few little decoration pieces onto here now, just to... my lovely word of the day, titivate.
Titivate.
Titivate them up and add a little bit of extra dimension. I just think, you know, sometimes...
I'm going to Google titivate, Debbie, because...
I promise you it's the word. I promise you it's the word.
Did Ben Google it the other day?
Yes, because Ben didn't believe me. He thought I was making that word up.
Yeah.
And he didn't think it was the meaning that I gave it. But it was. It was. So I'm just going...
It's not the other one.
No, no.
So titivate means spruce, smarten and spiff all. To make a person or thing neater or more attractive often refers to making small additions or alterations in attire. The costume with sequins and other can also be used figuratively for other things. There you go, titivate.
Yes, see? He thought I was making it up. He thought I was using that word and it was just a Debbie word. And I said, no, it is, I meant it as in how I use it, is to spruce up and to add that little bit of extra decoration, which is what I've just done now with that set of nesting dies. So if I hold that there for you, you can see now, created that lovely little aperture. I've got that lovely frame that goes round outside the aperture as well. And then using lots of, you know, all those extra nesting dies, it just means that you can create these lovely effects. They're absolutely fabulous. Love them.
Awesome. Joanne's letting me know that there's a Texas in Maryland, just to confuse things further. Joanne says, what I like is that all the city and town names that were brought over from the UK and Ireland, there's absolutely loads of them. Right, let's share with you some both of those deals again that you've got here. So two different options for you if you're going for these. You've got the smaller of the two collections, this one just here, 1412 or 1843 if you're going for these as Club Inspire Platinum member, and then you've got your ovals in there too as well, which is brilliant. So you get both of those. Or what you've then got is the other option. A lot of you multi-ordering going on for both of these, I'm hearing, is you're then going to grab a hold of, you've got the two circles. You've got your regular circles. You've also then got your fancy circles in there as well. You've got the square and you're going to receive the heart in there too. So you get all 4 of those. The same deal discount wise, $28.26 as a platinum member in the UK, $36.88 if you are in the US. Over 80% actually on its way to limited stock, that one. If it's in your basket, I would absolutely suggest you check it out if you want to ensure that you are going to be able to get your hands on it. Susie T says, Joe, I was born in Manchester, CT, is that Connecticut? There's also a Manchester in Vermont and a Manchester in New Hampshire. They are all in a few hundred miles of each other in New England. Maybe I could go on a Manchester tour of the US, you know. I'm getting a lot of really, really bad Manchester accent. Manchester! That's not what it sounds like at all. Honestly. Let's move on. I want to share with you the incredible... I love that Adam's got such a thick Liverpudlian accent that he tries to do any other accent, he still sounds like he's from Liverpool. We've got 2 awesome double-sided die deals for you on the show. The saving on this is absolutely colossal. It's half price. So what you're going to get is, you're getting this one here, which is your tulip window, and you're getting this one here, which is the peony window for you too, which is absolutely brilliant. So you're getting those in. What I love about this particular collection is you're also going to get the double-sided die plates within there as well. So this would be a really wonderful little introduction to double-sided dies. Platinum members in the UK, £23 here, saving you £35. $26 in the US, saving you $41. Really, really great value when you consider that just one of the double-sided dies on its own should be $22.99. So for a few more pounds than that, you're getting the second one, and you're also getting the double-sided dies in there as well, which is fantastic. So do make sure you grab that one. Debbie's even managed to get you some awesome storage in the show today. This is your portable tote bag with 7 accessories. Now, the 7 accessories, are they these ones, Johnny, in the side here? Awesome. So what you're also going to get in here is you're going to get your all-purpose glue, you're going to get your square blending tool, your precision glue applicator, your pokey tools, and you get a pair of our awesome source scissors in there as well. So that's what you're getting. Let me show you the rest of the bag though, because there's loads in here. You've got lots of wonderful pockets. So in here we've got things like our foam pads. We've even got a ruler in here. We've got our mini folders in there too. Let me show you. In the front here we've popped re-inkers. This could be your glues, it could be your gem drops, any of those different things. Loads of room in here as well. So I've got 3 big cans of adhesive, smaller can there. I've got 4 sheets of my foils. Even down here, I've got ink pads stored in there too. Somewhere to store your pens as well, also all along that side. It really is fantastic. The other great thing about it is if you're taking it out and about, when it's not full, it actually just collapses up as well. So it really is great that. $35.59 to get you the tote itself and then all of the extras as well. So you're getting absolutely all of it, which is brilliant. Lovely handle on there. You're not getting all the other bits, so you're getting the first 7 items that I shared with you. But really great for storage, really great for when we are allowed to finally get out and about, which I think is absolutely wonderful. Now, I'm going to destroy this. Oh dear. Hang on. There we are. Now, let me move on. I want to share with you the Edgeables. Debbie teased them at the top of the show. They are fantastic, and you've got a wonderful deal on them in this show as well. So, what you're going to get in here is you're going to get good luck. There's also hello, with love, thank you, best wishes, thinking of you, happy birthday, and then you've also got congratulations in there too. Great deal on these for you. So 30% was your original saving. We've put an extra 20% on. They're nearly half price. Platinum members, you save way more than you spend here on these, so they are fantastic. And it's nice actually to have all 8 of them back in stock, because I know for a long time we had 3s and 4s. It's only recently we've been able to get a full collection back in stock for you, and we're giving you an incredible price on them too. You've done a lot of arm twisting here, Debbie.
I have indeed, and these are a really beautiful design. And obviously we all know, because we do call them the Debbie Fishbowls, because Debbie had an idea, went to Leanne and the team, and this is what was created. So it literally brought Debbie's idea to life, where we've got these gorgeous sentiments in that edgeable form, which means they're in a very easy way to use as well. So you can have them on the edge of your card, or simply down the side of your card as well. There's a couple of ways you can, well, I say a couple, Joe, that's a slight understatement. You can use them in many ways that you use our edgeables. So this one's a beautiful gatefold and it goes down the side of there as well. What about your double Z fold cards and having that lovely effect go across there? Now we've got hundreds of tutorials with our edgeables, and these can be applied in lots and lots of ways as well. So again, let me just pop that one up there so I can show you just the kind of effect that you can create using these gorgeous dies. And they really are, they don't need to say anything else, Joe, because they say it in the edgeable. They've got that sentiment to it. So let me just show you how simple, and they really are very simple to use. Now I've taken some white stamping card. I've actually just cut a little tiny bit off the edge because I want this to be, well, I'm going to have a little floating element with this one. So I'm going to create a little bit of an edgeable, but I'm going to have a floating system to this as well. So I'm just going to layer that up. Now again, this die means that you can have it so many different ways. You can layer it on the top, you can layer it going down the side, you can take it to the bottom of your card. Again, lots and lots of different ways that you're going to be able to use this. I'm just going to pop this out for a second and layer that on. And I'm going to hold that down with our low tack tape. So let's just pop that there. So I'm just going to place that on, Joe, and then I'm going to run this through my Gemini. So I'm going to pop that on my plate, and then I'm going to place this with a thin metal die combination. As always, we're just going to run that through. There we go. And it couldn't be any easier. Joe, honestly, they're so effective, these. They're absolutely fabulous. They really are. And again, a fabulous price for the... Is that for all of them?
All 8 of them, yeah.
Wow.
£35.79, $53.71. Platinum members, you're looking at £28 or $42. Amazing value for money.
Now, what makes these, like I said, that edgeable factor is that the bottom part is the one that does the cutting out. So the bottom of the die has got the cutting edge. But this top part is what stays connected into the cardstock, including there. It's almost like you've got a 2 for the price of 1 here, because you've got the words that you can use as well. And I'll show you that in a minute when I cut out the, you know, the next part. But again, very beautiful design. Let me just grab my pokey tool and let's just poke out those extras. And you can give it a little edge just by adding some ink around the edge there. You could put some little gems on if you wanted to. You can do a bit of paper piecing back in there. But what I'm just going to do, Joe, is I'm going to bring in my acetate, because I'm going to have this acetate round the back, and it's going to sit there, so it's like a floating card there, so you can see that. So I'm just going to pop that up to the top, and then I'm just going to place some dotty tape pen behind there, and then I'll just use my other tape pen to stick that onto my acetate. There we go. So I'll just line that up, fold that in, and now I've got that lovely floating feature, which means it does stand really nicely there as well. So you've got that lovely feature. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of an extra. In fact, do you know what, Joe? I'm just going to pop some printed cardstock behind the back just to make it pop off a little bit. So I've used pop off, yes. So I'm just going to pop this onto the back of there. You can keep these really simple. Sometimes less is more. So we always talk about that clean and simple technique, or a cascade as they call them.
A cascade?
A cascade, yeah.
Never heard that before.
A CAS, so clean and simple.
Ah.
Clean and simple, yeah. So there used to be challenges and things like that in blogs. I mean, when blogs were at the heyday, you know, people talked about clean and simple, you know, themes, different types of themes. So that's what a cascade is, a clean and simple card. And then also I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm going to just wrap some ribbon around here now. So I'm going to pop a little bit of tape just around the back of there. And that's just to hold my ribbon into place. Pop that round there. And then again, I'm just going to tie that off now. And again, you can keep it really, really, you know, something very, very simple, which sometimes can look just as elegant. And I could have actually done a bit of paper piecing, which is where I was going to go, but you know what? I'm quite happy with that. So I'm just going to hold that. Oh, I could. This is when I need little fingers here. Normally I have, you know, let me just try and get that. Just leave it with me.
Do you normally get a little hand at this point?
I get someone to come and help me.
Oh, right.
But I've got no one to help me today, so.
Is it normally Safi?
Normally it's one of the kids, but just come and help me with it. But They're not here. And it's
I can come
socially
over there.
distanced. I can't even ask you to come and help me, Joe. No, I've got to keep it nice and socially distanced. Let me just snip that off, snip a bit of that off, and snip a bit of that off. And there we go. And it's just a case of keeping it, like I said, really nice and simple. But you've got that lovely with love. And apart from adding a few gems on there, that could make it look nice. But quite happy with that, Joe. It doesn't need to do anything else. It says exactly what I want it to say. Very effective, very decorative. And I absolutely love it. And that's a great Debbie's double discount deals.
Absolutely it is. Now, I'm just going to call it Double Debbie's from now on, because I can't keep saying the long version. We've got in here, remember the themes you're getting. It is great. If you do want to do clean and simple cards, as Debbie was saying with these, you absolutely can, because you've got the die that's giving you the sentiment as well as that wonderful edge. They're all different styles of edges within here with those different sentiments too. You've got one more there as well, which is your congratulations. Definitely snap those up whilst we've got a whole collection of them, and whilst we also have Double Debbies on everything across the show, which is brilliant. Now, something else that I love, and I know you guys have absolutely loved it too, is our pop-up boxes. Now, I've got two different deals for you here. Both of them include the actual mechanism, the worker die, as we call it, which creates the box shape for you. So that's what you can then start to build upon with all of these beautiful stamps and dies. Now, the first one that you are getting in here is the box die on its own is worth $24.99. Now, think about it. $28.85 is what you're paying for the whole collection. So you're paying what, a few pounds for the stamps and dies to decorate. So it is a fantastic deal. The first one that you've got in here is the Poinsettia Delights, which comes included. And also you're getting in there the Christmas cottage. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, maybe you're not reading Christmas cards just yet. Whilst you're getting these two essentially for a couple of pounds, you may as well get the pop-up box, because you've already probably got a load of dies that you're going to be able to use with the pop-up box. I'm thinking your spinner dies, maybe the staycation stamps and dies, the milk carton stamps and dies. They will all work beautifully with that too. That's not the only one we've got for you. There is another option. It does again come with the pop-up box element, and in this one here you are going to receive, this one is Away in a Manger. And then you've also got this one here, which is Santa and Rudolph. We launched these last year. They were exceptionally popular when we launched them. You've got just under a half price saving there on these. However, Platinum members, £23 or $33, saving you over £30 or over $46. So great value for money. And if at any point you think that you're going to come back and buy from us that pop-up box element, now is definitely the chance to do it when you're getting these for another, what, £4 extra. Gets you the two sets of the stamps and dies too. Awesome deal here, Debbie.
Oh, absolutely. And another, like you said, Joe, lots of ways that you can use them. If you've got that pop-out element, then you can use the pop-out box for lots of other things that you have in your crafty stash. But if you simply want to, and these kits, do you know these beautiful Away in the Manger and all those kind of things, these are bits that you can use throughout your club, through your own, you know, with your own crafty stash, because this is a set of stamps and dies that you can use to create scenes outside of the pop-out box element. So they are a really lovely design, and I like the fact that it was split up, and you know, yeah, you could get the things separately, and then you could get, you know what I mean, Joe? I just think it's nice to have that.
Loads of
choice.
craftability, isn't there?
Yes, that's what I love about it. So again, very easy to use. Now I've got my worker element die. Now the reason we did it like this, and I'll just show you for a second what I mean by this. You can have really small boxes that measure this die, just the die itself. But because we haven't put a bottom on, because we haven't put a bottom cutting line, it means you can extend it to as large as you want. So you can take an A4 sheet or an A3 sheet if you wanted. You can go as big or as little as you want. And again, it's that craftability that Joe just talked about, which I just think is absolutely fabulous, and why I like the idea that we didn't put that bottom cutting line on there, so that we can expand this out. So I'll show you how easy this is to do. So again, I'm just taking the worker element. Now I'm trying to work out my measurements, because I think I remembered I took it to about an 8 1/4. So I'm just going to take that right up to the very top. Let me move this one out of the way so you can see that a bit better. And I'm going to place that on to the very top line that I've got there. In fact, I might just go to that edge as well. There we are. And then I'm just going to hold that down with some low tack tape. Lovely thing as well, look at all this other metal that we've got on here. We've got matching, for the small box, the matching dimensions that you need for the flaps that go out. So you've got both of those to be able to create your flaps, and some tags on there. And these, which is the worker element inside, this is the bit that where you will hold all your designs onto as well. So, I'm going to pop that on. Let's, oh, I need my big plates for this, Joe. Let me grab my bigger plates. And that's only because I am using a larger sheet. So I'm just going to pop that onto my plates for a second. Come on, don't get stuck on my back. What's happening here? What's happening here, Joe? It's getting stuck. There we are. Let me just pop that down. Hold it down with a bit more tape, actually. And then it won't spin around everywhere.
Barbara's letting me know she was born in Manchester in Iowa. There's another Manchester, Iowa. What? Rhonda says, Joe, that shirt is amazing. All in capitals. Thank you, Rhonda. I just about managed to pour myself into it today. Anne says, you can't go wrong with the CC tote bags. They are wonderful. I'm talking about the Edgeables. Deborah uses her all the time. Angela also thinks the Edgeables would look great on a scrapbook page. I agree with you there. Monkey Head Bonkers has got 2 massive parcels coming today from HSN. How exciting. And Mary Pat says pop-up boxes are one of my faves. And also Rhonda says that's why what I ordered. It's never too early to start making Christmas cards, talking about the fantastic deal that we've got. Remember, based on buying the pop-up box element on its own, £24.99, £25. So basically, for just under £4 extra, you get the 2 stamp and die sets individually. Well, in the UK, that's £30 worth of stamps and dies for £4. So it is a great deal, this one.
It is, absolutely. Now, I'm just running this through for the second time. You could actually, if you wanted, you could cut the corners and put it through twice. If you're going to use, you know, your stamping card, you could do that. I've just done mine separately just for the sake of this demo to show you. I want to show you how easy it is to put together if you are going to do that separate option. But you can put your 2 pieces of cardstock together and die cut at the same time. So I'm just going to lift that off for a second, Joe. Let me just move that to one side. I've got plates galore, I've got demos galore down here because I'm going to try and squeeze as many demos with all the deals that we've got on the show on as humanly possible in the time that allows us, which I think we're doing all right, Joe, to start with, actually.
Yeah,
I think we're doing all right.
Cooking on gas.
We are cooking on gas. Now, you could take your scissors or you could take your guillotine to separate this. I'm just going to do... What have I got stuck on my scissors? What on... That must be... Do you know, I think that's from my... do you know when we did the church?
Yeah.
I've got dirty scissors, I've not cleaned them. That's so bad, isn't it? That's so bad. I think it's from earlier on, at the earlier show. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, Joe. Okay. I know, filthy.
Good job they're non-stick, isn't it?
Yes, and they do come. I mean, you can see there's nothing on there. They were just stuck there a minute ago, but they're not there anymore, which I love our scissors. I love the big ones as well because they've got the measurements on there. So again, I'm just going to take that and release it. And this is that beauty of it where you can extend it and make it as big as you want. And I do like that. I absolutely love that. I've got to get my scoreboard though, because on the die itself, when you have it, it's got the score lines on for here and here, which is fine because they're your bits that you pull down, and I'll show you in a minute. But you need to extend this one here and the one in the middle as well. So that's when your scoreboard will come in handy for this bit. And again, if you've got the black line down the centre, always a handy thing to have. So which is why you'll see all of us here have ours with a black line on. So again, I'm just going to extend that down and turn that round so I can get that nice and level. And that's all you'll do, Joe. So you will just take your score and it just literally puts that extra score down there. And then in here, you've got 3 score lines which act as your tab. Now, it's very difficult to see under these lights. Let's see if I can tilt it towards me, did Adam say? Towards me, sorry, towards me.
There you are.
Can you see them?
Yeah, I can just see them.
1, 2, 3, and then these parts that fold down. So these are the bits that fold down to create the flaps of your box. So when I just pop that in there, I'll just show you what I mean. So now you can see I've got my extendable, apart from that one. I didn't do that one, did I? Oh, I did. So that's now creating the box. Now with the second one, I'm going to repeat it again just on this side, on that small flap. So let's pop that down. There we go, take that one up. And then on this one, I'm going to do it again from this first cut line, so you can see where the tab is, and I'll just fold that over, so I'll show you what I mean. But I'm keeping this one straight, because I want a nice stiff back. I want this nice bit to be stiff and not floppy, as in that bit, as in that little bit just dropping down.
You want that,
I know what
a stiff
I meant.
back flap?
Yes, yes. And then all I'm going to do is take that and extend that down as well. So what we've got now is a very nice straight back there. However, I'm just going to bring this in for a second. I'm going to fold that one in. So these come inwards. Can you see that I'm folding it in? So that folds in, and this tab folds in. But that tab
You've called it flaps for 10 minutes now. We may as well
have
carry
I really?
on.
I'm not. I realised.
Yes. I thought one was a tab and one was a flap, and I thought, are they the same? I thought surely a flap's a flap, isn't it?
I'm so sorry if I was confusing you. I didn't mean to
we're
confuse
following.
anybody.
We just love how you try so desperately not to say flap, and then it still comes out.
No, and it still comes out because I'm so used to calling them that. I am so used to calling them. But I'm going to try and change.
You want to wait till we do a Tiffany show and we have to tell shut your flaps. That's when we have a good old chuckle.
Now, what I've done is, I'm going to fast forward it a little bit in a moment, but I just want to show you the bits that I've got now. So you can see here, we're folding that in and this flap inwards as well, and I'm just going to call it that now. And the same with this as well. So these markings need to be on the inside of the box. Don't be tempted to stick a knife through them or anything like that. I mean, technically, you could if you wanted to, but you'll end up with a messy outside, and sometimes it's just not worth it, start threading things through. So what you're going to do now is we're going to connect these two together. Now, I have already speeded things up a little bit because I wanted to have a box that was decorated. So I've taken my box, and I've done all my little pattern papers and all that on the front side of the box. I've already put my liner tape on this little inside flap there, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line these two pieces up. So this is going to create my back, and I just want to make sure I've not I think I might. I was telling everybody not to bend that last flap.
Oh, have you bent your back flap?
I did.
Oh dear.
I was getting carried away with myself. That's because I was prepping him.
It doesn't matter if your back flap can go down though, can't it?
No, it doesn't. It means you can keep it down.
You can do what you want. You do you.
Exactly. But what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this one flush to this straight edge here. So you're not matching your two flaps up together. You're doing the straight edge and this one together. So it's that straight edge, this inside tab, and then just make sure that's nice and straight. And then when you see this, it's got this lovely edge here where it just means it's really nice and neat, and you've got no overhang or anything like that. So what I'm going to do now, Joe, before I actually connect the box together, I want to make life a little bit easier for myself. And one little top tip out of Jan told me was it was a bit easier to do it this way. So I'm following Jan's advice.
I'd never seen this done like this before. I've always seen people put the tabs in afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do that. That's what I do. When I'm at home, I do it. And then I sit there and I stress myself with it, trying to get it all fastened together. And sometimes I'm just making hard work for myself. Now, I've cut myself 3 of these, and I've already got my red liner tape on there. Now it acts as like a little Z. Can you see there? It's got one that folds in and one, and that's the way I do it. Yeah, it just makes it easier when it folds flat rather than having them both the same way.
Okay.
So it's like a little, almost like a little long Z.
Nice.
Long Z, a long Z, long Z, yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to fasten these on. Now you're going to use these as a guide, okay? So you've got your markings on here. So I'm going to use these as a guide. And what I'm just going to do, Joy, is I'm just going to pick off my red liner tape for a second.
And is red liner the best for when you want something that's going to be really super sticky then, Debbie?
Super sticky, super strong. And yeah, and it really does. Oh, look, super sticky, super strong. And the backing. Love the backing. Doesn't like me. So what I'm going to do now is, and again, you're going to use this as a guide to where you pop this. So that little fold, I'm just going to rest neatly onto that fold and give that a little burnish. Just remember, I've got a cut on my finger. My finger's been really sore, so I'm trying to be careful not to keep catching it. So I'm just going to give that a nice little burnish, and then I'm going to repeat that with the second one as well, Joe. So I'm going to take off my red liner tape. Just pop that down.
A lot of people talking about making these. Do you know what I'd be doing, Debbie? Seeing as you get the two stamp and die sets nearly for free, what I'd use that as an excuse to go and get a couple of the other ones from over on the website, because there's loads of them over there. Lots of people talking about ones, like Samantha Cheney says, just made one of these with the Princess and Castle dies. That's a really lovely fun set. I think there's about 7 or 8 sets in total, isn't there, of the everyday ones, Debbie?
Yeah, there's quite a few everyday ones, but I like your idea, Joe. Do you know your staycation ones?
Yeah,
These
perfect.
would fit perfect in here. Lots of your smalls, do you know your florals that you have and things like that, they're all going to fit in really well in here. Honestly, just so many ways you can use them. Now, can you see I've got all my insides there already, and I've got my red liner tape on. Now, what I'm going to do is, to make it easier on myself, is I'm just going to, because if I remember this rightly, I know our Jan's here tomorrow, God love her, and I know she'll be saying, Debbie, I told you how to make it easier for yourself. And she is fabulous. She thinks of all these things. She's quite concise, and how she thinks things through just makes life.
Oh, not me. I'm a bit slapdash.
I'll be honest, Joe. Me and you are not the same train. We're on the same train. Yeah. Jan's mind is so clear and concise, and she's just fabulous. I love her to bits, and she knows I do. But yeah, she's always trying to teach me lots of different ways of doing things to make it slightly easier on myself. Now, when you fold this over, generally what you're wanting to do is match these up now to the other three, because you've got markings on each one. I might draw a line on it to make it a bit easier. Okay. Shall I draw a line so you can see them? There you go. So you can see I've got lines. No one's going to see that, but it just makes it a bit easier. And to see what I'm actually doing with this, because those now, that one's going to marry up to this one. So I'm just going to pop that down there for a second. Oops. Come on, Debbie, don't be knocking it off now, girl. In fact, let me just bring this up. Tell me, I can't. How can I show you without showing you? Come. Shall we do it that way? Will that work, Adam? Tell you what. Shall I do it that way? Will it work if I show you this way now?
Yeah, there you go. We can see that.
Is everything getting in the way? I'm trying to do it where I can show you nicely. Oh, I'll just pop it down. I know what I mean. Oh, have I took all my red liner tape? Yeah, I have. I've took all my red liner tape. But all you're doing is just measuring those up, and it just makes it really nice and easy getting them in there.
Perfect.
Can you see now? I've got all them in perfect. So I'm going to give them a little burnish. And our Jan, she's like I said, she's really concise with how she does stuff. And then what I'm just going to do now is match this last straight edge. I've got a little bit muck on there. Last straight edge is going to go on this last tab here. So all I'm going to do now is take this off. I keep changing the word, don't I?
See, now Tab's funny now. Now Tab is making me laugh. I think I'm just very childish today. Well, not today, just generally, really.
Is that you just in general?
I'm just quite childish, I'm sorry.
And then when you fold that over, it just makes it really nice and neat, and I can give it a nice push down. And now I know I've got the perfect box. Actually, I'm glad I've taken it all 4 sides down. It just shows you, and you can see just how nice and neat that is in that.
Perfect, isn't it?
I'll pop it there so you can see it, and how nice and neat it all folds flat, and how lovely and solid this is. Now, like I said, you could keep that upright by not burnishing it. Debbie getting so carried away with herself in between the shows. But actually, Joe, it looks quite nice.
I quite like it. And then the other thing is you can do them so they face both directions then if you wanted to, can't you, which is nice.
Yeah. And don't forget, do you remember when I did that show when I showed you, I think I had a little, not like a masterclass. In fact, actually, I think it was a masterclass where you could put these in the centre of your card. So you could pop it into your centre of your card and then open it up, and you've got not only a pop-out feature inside, but you've got a pop-up box inside the pop-up card. Absolutely love it.
A pop-up, pop-out card.
A pop-up, pop-out card.
Love that.
Yes, yeah. So, shall I get ready to do my decoration part? Have I got a minute just to have a little...
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let me just run you back through the 2 options that you've got here. The poinsettia one is your favourite, actually, at the moment. A quarter of the stock already gone. Remember, you are getting that die, the die element that was going to enable you to cut the box itself in both of these. What a great excuse as well to get back into your stash. You know, bits of your stash that you might have forgotten, all of those smaller stamps and dies that you have, and think about how you're going to now give them a new lease of life with this work of die. And the other great thing is for £4 extra, you're going to get these 2 extras. Platinum members, you're not even paying for this, by the way. £23.08 in the UK, $33.53 in the US. For less than the price of the actual die as a Platinum member, you get all of it, which is great. So in here, you're also going to get Christmas Cottage and the Poinsettia Delight. The other option that you also get the die, worker die included, as well as in here, Santa and Rudolph. But that could be a stag, couldn't it? If you just coloured him, you know, didn't put a red nose on there, you'd be absolutely fine. And then you've got Away in a Manger as well. You get both of those in there. Again, Platinum members not even paying the price of the actual worker die, which you are getting in both of those, which is brilliant. Which one are you going to choose then for your demo, Debbie?
Oh, there's too many lovely ones to use, and there really are. There's just so many lovely designs, but I love the traditionalness. Is that a word? Traditionalness of Christmas. Traditional Christmas.
Who knows?
Which is the Away in the Manger. Which is the Away in the Manger, which is just absolutely beautiful. I like how we're coming up with his own words today, Joe. But on here, like I said, this set is stuff that you're going to be able to use. Excuse me, I've got red liner tape stuck all over me. You've got all these beautiful stamps that you can now create. I'll turn it the right way around there. So you can see you've got Joseph and Mary with baby Jesus there. You've got your three kings, lovely camel, hot-barreled angel there. You've got lots of lovely things like your donkeys and your little lambs there as well. You've got your beautiful barn setting, and then some extra little features like your star, and you've got all these extras as well, which really does mean that you can start to make these all Christmassy fine. I do love them, Joe. So when you do stamp them out, I'm just going to speed this up and turn this around.
Oh,
you can
Debbie,
see
look
them
at
all
you. You're very
stamped.
Blue Peter today.
I see, I know, I'm all organised, But what it also is organised is that these stamps have also got matching dies, and it just means they fit perfectly over each single design. Every single one, from your donkey to your little Mary, Joseph and baby Jesus there, even down to your barn. We're talking absolutely everything. Look, I've still got my three kings on there, my camel on there, I've got the star one, I've got the angel one. They're all on there, Joe.
Perfect.
Everything means that you don't have to fussy cut a single thing. So with that said, all you would need to then do is decide on how you're going to colour, what you're going to colour with, what colouring medium you're going with. Are you going to go down the alcohol pen route, or are you going to colour in with your watercolours? What is it that you are choosing to use these for? With that said, I mean, I have actually, and I'll just bring them forward, and I hope I haven't lost any bits because I've got to realise I've got my fan blowing. But I've got already pre-done them. So I've got my little Mary. Oh, look, I told you. I'm that organised, Joe. Oh no, I've stuck me lamb across baby Jesus. I don't want that.
Oh gosh.
Oh my days.
That's the alternative ending.
Let me But you see that all these little features. I've got my little three kings. I've already put my little herald angel and my star above my barn. I've actually put these onto a couple of pieces of acetate, because the lovely thing about this is that you can add your acetate to have them like floating out of your pop-up box, which is a lovely feature as well. Or you simply can just stick them straight in there. Now, it's entirely up to you. You could do this before you actually put your pieces in. I prefer to do it afterwards, just because I can actually, by eye, see where I want them to go, and it just makes it a little bit easier. So, with that said, I'm going to face this way to myself, Joe. She says, I can't do things back to front. I'm not Sarah. She's really good at this, where she puts everything back to front and upside down, and she can craft any way she wants. But
Do you know that Sarah can only tie a bow from behind?
She can what?
She can only tie a bow on the Ultimate Pro if it faces away from her. If it faces,
so she's that used to doing everything.
She can't do it. She can't tie it facing towards her. Yeah. Well, she can obviously, but the natural way to do it is have it facing away from herself, which is interesting. Just imagine all the years that she's tied bows on it.
And I think that's what it is, Joe. I think it's all the years that she's been doing this, and that's what makes it easier for her. So absolutely. Oh dear, that's so funny that. Now again, I'm just going to start to build up my scene. So I'm going to pop my lovely, and I'm just making sure, so when I say by eye, I'm going to have it at Debbie's eye level. There we go. And then just build your scene up. Have a bit of fun, have a little play. I mean, I could have used really Christmassy colours on the outside of this, but this was the first paper pad that I went to, so I thought, oh, do you know what? It'll look fine. It'll look okay. So again, I'm just going to pop all these pieces on. I think I might have him sat just at the front of the barn. There we go, floating away in mid-sky. Where can I put my three kings, Joe? Do you know what? I might put them up front of my box.
Nice.
Let's just use...
on the front of your box?
On the front of me...
Is that what you said?
Tab.
Oh, on your tab. Okay, sorry.
Front of me tab. Yeah, I'll have them up front of my tab. I'm just thinking there. But again, you know, you could really, I mean, you've got the tools. You're going to be able to build up your scene.
As Little Mix say, you got the power.
You have indeed, that you can build up any way you want. I think I'm going to leave that there for the time being. But you could really go overboard with these, and I'll show you a couple of samples because that's my Away in the Manger. But let me see if I can find the other one, Joe, because there were a lovely one in here where you can build up these scenes. I mean, I love this one with the Away in the Manger. This is fabulous. I love this one. So if I just pop that there, look at this. So used a bit of sparkly ink background, but really gone to town, add in lots of, because you can double up. You've got those stamps, you can double up. You can put your baby Jesus in there and you know, cut him out, stamp him, colour him, cut him out, add those lovely seeds. But that just really is a beautiful one there. But then you've got all the other designs that we've got, and I absolutely love these, Joe. They're all fabulous. I mean, come and look at this one. Look at this one. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that lovely scene village there. Just by multi-layering up those extra bits that you've got, those trees, add as many as you want, or keep it really plain and simple. One thing you can be assured of though is they fold lovely and flat, so it means for transporting or for delivering, perfect. It's not going to cost you an absolute fortune. You can go as big as you want, so you've just seen that really lovely tall one, or you can keep it really lovely and small as well. So you can see there, and like I said, every one of these all fold up lovely and flat and mean that you can transport them, deliver them, whatever you want to do, and never out, you know, keep it nice and flat. Love them, absolutely love
Really
them.
fantastic. And Hadassah's saying deal is worth it just for the stamps alone. Awesome source. Well, the stamps on their own are worth £30, so you're not even paying for the cost of the stamps. You're getting the extra die worth $24.99 as well. They are brilliant. I'm just going to recap which you've got in each. Remember, you're getting that £24.99 or $39.95 worth of die in each one, and then it's up to you whether you go for the one that has the poinsettia along with the Away in a Manger, which is just along with the let me get this right, Christmas Cottage, sorry. Or you can go for it with the Away in a Manger and also Santa and Rudolph. It's completely up to you. Don't miss out. It's very busy on that deal, I'm hearing. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you all an opportunity to get yourself checked out, because I know a lot of you are glued to Debbie's demos, rightly so. So whilst you get your baskets checked out, let me share with you all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is fantastic. Oh, I'm going to show you those in a moment. Going to firstly show you these first, which are the Scalloped Edgeable dies, as you can see. Now, 2 in here of the scallops, which is fantastic. You get both the circles, which is brilliant. You've got saving over 30% here, which is awesome. So you've got the circles and you've got the ovals here as well. So both of those coming your way, £17.66 in the UK, $14.12 or $18.43 if you are in the US, which is brilliant. So do grab those. Busy on those, Johnny's telling me. We've got Johnny and we've got Lord Adam. Well, these ones are, these ones limited stock. You've got Johnny in the gallery in the hot seat. Lord Adam is twiddling the buttons and pressing the knobs. So what we've also got here is a 4-piece collection for you. This one is limited stock, by the way. If this is in your basket, you need to check these out. You've got 2 different types of the circle nesting dies. So you've got the regular and the fancy ones. Then you've also got the squares and you've got the hearts in here as well. So you get all 4 of those, which is excellent. Now, you may have saw it a second ago there because I'm cock a hoop that we're able to bring these to you. This is the first time you've seen this die. Whew, nearly had a nosebleed then for a second. Right, I need a tape pen, Debbie.
You want a tape pen?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is my last one, Joe. This is my last one.
Debbie's last tape. There's a box out the back, you know. I've just seen there's
the
several boxes under there.
The box on the table is empty, so I'm hoping if our little Jake can hear me, he can grab hold of a new tape pen for
Oh,
us.
this one's gone.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, it has. It's gone.
What have you done? What have you done, Joe? What are you like? Well, I don't know where our Jake is. I can't see him.
I've got. Don't you worry, Debbie. You stay there. Don't you despair, Debbie. I've got you, right?
Oh, they're so funny. Do you know what? I honestly can't wait to show you these. Oh, look, he's got loads. Oh my God. Well, that is definitely a secret stash. That woke me up, Joe. I'm going to get them all down here and put them in my bag.
I'm going to stick
make sure we've got loads.
Right, put them down there next to your Baileys. I'm going to stick this on here. Right, so what you've got, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by this board, this is the first time you've ever had the opportunity of getting hold of this one here in the UK, which is wonderful. And it's the Making Waves. I think I'm right in saying, was this a HSN auto ship? So we didn't bring it to you for quite a long time. What you've also got is lots of love as well. Now you get both of these. You say, I'm out of breath. Goodness me, I only ran from the table to the demo area. Gosh, I've got a marathon to do in September. I better pull my finger out, hadn't I? Right, you're going to save more than you spend with these, which is wonderful because they should be individually, if you were to get them individually, £24.99 each. However, or $29.95. However, if you are a Club Inspired Platinum member, the brilliant thing about these is that you can get them for £17.98. So, I mean, that's £5 less than you should be paying for one. We're going to send you both. Debbie has pulled it out the bag again with these. And they are awesome, aren't they, these Creator Card Debbies? The fact that they do so much in one pass.
And so easy to use, incredibly easy to use. And it's that modern technology that only here at Crafters Companion have been able to achieve. And obviously we've painted this design as well. And I had to play with this one, Joe. I love this. This is that Making Waves. And what you'll find now is you can see you've got that lovely decorative element on one side. But when I just reverse that around on that same die, we've got that more detailed decorative element, which is what creates that beautiful pattern, that Creator Card with ease. One pass wonder, we call them, and they really truly are. Now I've chosen a couple of contrasting colours and I've taken a couple of pieces of cardstock here. What you are going to need for this are your super sturdy, super strong plates, which are your special double-sided plates for our double-sided technology, because we do have a lot of dies in those collections now, from flowers to boxes to florals, and then we've got some gorgeous florals coming up shortly. There's lots and lots of different designs that we've done, so you will need these, and we do them in 2 different sizes, where you've got the junior sizes plus the larger ones as well, and I'm going to use the junior one. What we're going to do is so if you think about this die, we're going to sandwich the die in the chosen cardstock. Now, again, depending on the coloured cardstock that you're using, just think about which side you want to be on the bottom, which side you want to be on the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich this cardstock in between the die, so it sits firmly in the centre of there. Then we're going to use these dies to sandwich the sandwich we've already got. I always say sandwich and then I start... I know, but I'm starting to think about my sandwich that's down there that I'm getting.
What sandwich you got down there?
I've got a cheese and ham
Nice. I
Baguette.
once, in a previous job, asked Debbie what her favourite sandwich was on air, and she said it was halloumi and falafel. I thought, gosh,
Yes.
someone's classy.
Yes, it is. It's delicious. It is. It's delicious. Or a gyros, that's beautiful as well.
gyros?
When I went to Bristol, there were lots of different things, and it were a gyros. Yeah. Don't ask me what was in it. It was just utterly divine.
I bet it was.
It was absolutely
I bet it was
beautiful.
really saucy, wasn't it?
It was gorgeous. Oh, can we stop talking about food?
Yeah.
Right, so I have sandwiched my sandwich into another sandwich. So I've got now my 2 double-sided plates sandwiched in that die. And then I'm going to add another sandwich into the mix, because this is when you'll need the 2 clear cutting plates from your machine. And I'm using the Gemini, so I've got my 2 clear cutting plates, and I am simply going to sandwich that inside that. That is
Awesome.
as simple as it is. And honestly, Joe, really easy combination to remember. Just sandwiching everything together. That's all it is. It's one sandwich after another.
I found out about something the other day near me, Debbie. There's a place not far from me, just northwest of Manchester, called Wigan in Lancashire, and they have a local speciality called a Wigan kebab. Do you know what it is? A
What is
Wigan kebab.
A Wigan
It's a bread
kebab?
roll, a buttered bread roll with a pie in it. So it's a pie in a sandwich.
A pie sandwich.
Pie in a sandwich.
That sounds absolutely
Like a meat and gravy
revolting.
pie in a sandwich. How strange, with crust all in there.
Oh,
Odd, isn't it?
please.
Yeah, it's called a Wigan
No
kebab.
way. No way. How
Forget
on
your
earth do you get
fancy-
your mouth round that?
Forget your fancy Bristolian gyros. Get yourself to Wigan, Debbie.
Get me wig on.
Get yourself to Wigan.
Oh dear, Joe, what you like. Now, I've just removed the paper for the time being because I want to show you. You've got one die cut here, and here, presto, the other die cut here.
Et voila.
Now, just be a bit careful with this. You're not meant to be coming on me there, because I'll get told off by Leanne if she's watching, because you're not meant to do this.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes, precisely. We don't whack it. I did do it gently though. I don't know if you noticed. I did do it gently. I'll just give it a little fluff with my fingers. That's what I'll do. So all I'm doing is taking off my little pieces, and again, it's just really easy to do. So you just take them out. Take care, because this is a really filigree design as well. Don't be pulling wrong bit. So when you're taking the waste out, make sure you're not pulling at the design, because that's the last thing you want. So all I'm going to do is just pop those pieces out. Let's move those to one side. Poor
Oh, I
Jake,
bet
I've
you could
left
do something else with them. Put them in a shaker or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice idea, Joe. I like that idea. Hey, that's a corker. Right, let me just move these last 2 pieces out and then just show you that beautiful design. I mean, even, we talk about these being create a card, which of course they are. We are creating a card very quite quickly. But look at that beautiful design. How gorgeous is that wave? And then we've still got this one to do, Joe. So, you're not supposed to be watching me. You're not supposed to be watching me do that bit. Let me just lift it up. There we go. So, you're just going to poke out those little pieces, and then we'll put them 2 together. I mean, you're right, Joe, these are going to make a lovely little feature for a shaker card. Or in my case, a mess on the floor for Jake.
Debbie. She's very bold today, isn't she, Debbie?
I promise I'll clean up my own mess. I'm not that bad, Joe. Poor Jake, he does enough, God love him. Although I haven't seen him for a bit, have you? I'm a bit worried. I haven't seen him for a while. I
Don't
wonder
know where
where
he
he
is.
is.
Maybe he's lost.
Well, it's a big enough build.
Somewhere in HQ wandering
I'm flicking
around.
my bits on the floor. Hang on a minute.
What are you doing on the floor? Right.
Flicking my bits, and they just went absolutely everywhere. I ended up knocking my panel everywhere. So, now then, Joe, are you ready?
I don't know, Debbie.
wait a
I don't know.
minute. Are you sure?
I'm not sure if I'm ready. I don't know where this show's going to end up, honestly.
Right, can you see now? I've got 2 beautiful panels. How gorgeous are they?
Beautiful.
And the simple, I mean, they could be used equally. Both of those could be used as a panel. We're talking endless capabilities here again. But all you're going to do is then just layer that up on the top. So with that said,
I love it.
It's just beautiful.
Do you know what it
Look at
reminds
that.
me of?
What's it reminding you of?
The Disney film Hercules. I don't know, I think it's like the waves.
Yeah,
you know, the waves in it.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's on the poster, there's like waves and stuff. That's really what it reminds me of. It's very Grecian, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, I like that.
Do you know what might go really well on there?
What's that?
Some of those hunky-dory gilding flakes.
Oh,
You know the ones I mean?
Fancy cutting it out into an adhesive sheet.
Yeah,
and
and then having like gilded swirls. Oh, yes.
Now we're talking, Joe. Now we're talking.
Absolutely.
Now I'm just taking my dotty tape pen over the edge there, and what I'm just going to do now is just layer that up over the top. I'm just going to make sure I've got it right. Now, how I do this, Joe, is we've got this frame. I use the frame as a little guider to where I'm popping it. So I'm going to start with the bottom. Let me just make sure I've got that nice and even. There we go. So just bear with me a minute, Joe. I've got shakes.
Don't worry. So you need that sandwich. That's what it is.
No, I know. So I'll literally pop that on the top now, and that creates, let me just move my little piece there because it's just, I've got a blockage and I don't want that.
So dimensional.
It is beautiful. Look how gorgeous that. Let me pop it on some white cardstock just for a second so you can see just how beautiful that actually looks. Oh, that lovely design, and I absolutely love that. That you're not having to do any paper piecing because it's got that lovely paper piecing effect underneath it. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to stick this one. I know I said create a card, but I'm going to create a box. I'm going to create a box there. So I'm just using some very beautiful bright blue underneath because look what happens when you add another element. So I've got a beautiful blue going underneath there. I've got a lovely blue one. So again, I'm just going to use my dotty tape pen just over the outside. But honestly, this is just gorgeous. I can't believe we've never had this in. Have we never had this on one of our shows before?
I think it must have been an auto ship in the US, which is why obviously we don't have them on until the auto ship's gone out. So then once it's been received in the auto ship, we'll have it on the show. I know they had it in Germany, but no, I don't think we had it here in the UK as yet.
Oh, first time. I love it, Joe. I love it. I did ask him. Oh God, silly old me. I forgot to take my top off. My new. You know, you flicked all those in front of me. I forgot to take my top off.
Oh no, don't take. You've got to take the top off or it won't work.
You have indeed. There's no good trying to put any glue down if I haven't took the top off. So I'm just going to layer up my box now. So again, let's just, excuse me. That's them making me laugh. I want a little drink. I'm going to have a little drink.
You've got some water over there.
Excuse me, hang on a minute.
Have you got some?
No, I've got a little swig of something. Just bear with.
Okay, a little swig of something. Okay, lots of you chatting away. Susie's loving the pop-up boxes. Oh, secret stash of tape pen, says Susie. Beth says they were under the table. They're not mine. I mean, I'm giving them away like I own them. I don't. Beth says they're so quick for easy cards and credit cards. Adams Rose loving these as well. 4 Holidays loving them too. Craft Gidge says they're great for the outsider shaker cards as well as giving you the bits for the inside. And 4 Holidays actually says a really great point. I love both elements of this die on its own, which I think is a great point. You could use the 2 elements separately.
Yes.
Put them together. You've got the gorgeous mat and the layer, which is fantastic.
And the same would apply to that Love Heart one as well, Joe. That Love Heart one works really lovely. Both sides can be worked or used on their own. Bring them together to create a beautiful effect again. Honestly, they're just so, I mean, and the fact, let's not forget, this is fantastic technology that we do here at Crafters Companion, but it makes life easy. It's time consuming, what is it? Not time consuming. I was saying time consuming. Me and me words today.
What are you going to be like by 7 o'clock tonight? What's going to happen at 7 tonight?
Not time consuming. It means less time spent crafting. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Less time die cutting. You're not having to put 1 or 2 dies at the same time. It's absolutely fabulous because you've got it all in that one fail swoop, which I just think absolutely fabulous. I might be easier if I put my box lid on first, actually. Let me put my box lid on there, Joe, and then I'll pop that on there. So I've created myself a little decorative frontage there going off on my box lid.
Hadassah says Debbie is the best at box making.
Oh, I love, I love my boxes. I adore making boxes, let me tell you. But yes, absolutely. Now, I'm just going to add, I've had a little sentiment. I rifled through Jake's stash. I went in and just rifled through his stash to just get myself a nice little sentiment.
Awesome.
Oh, do you know what? I think I might go it that way. Oh, yeah, I'm going a bit different. Going a little bit different. I am going to have a little bit different. Obviously, I'm going to have a little bit of 3D colour glue in this as well. So let me just pop that down. There we go. And then give that a little bit of a curve there.
Awesome.
And there you go, Joe. We've got that beautiful making waves. Have I got that the right way around? Made myself a little box lid there, popped a couple of little gems on, but how beautiful is that? That design is just gorgeous. I had to have a play with that one. It's absolutely fabulous. Really, really gorgeous. You're going to be able to use it to make quick cards, super fast cards, super easy, one pass wonder, 2 pieces of cardstock. Use them separately if you want as a background, or put them together to create that lovely effect. Add a sentiment, maybe a ribbon or an embellishment or 2. Hey presto, create a card instantly. I love these. They are a fabulous price as well, Joe, for those 2 designs.
Yeah, they really are absolutely awesome. And remember what you're getting in there, making waves. Not seen that before here in the UK. Wonderful to have that one. And then, of course, lots of love. Individually, it should be £25 or $30. You can get them both today. Platinum members in the UK can get these for less than £18, saving £32. Stateside Platinum members, $21.56, saving almost $40. It's amazing. It's not far off, saving double what you're spending there in the US actually, which is awesome. If you're thinking I would love to go for those, they're a great deal, but I don't have the double-sided plates. Well, I've got a deal for you, because we have got an amazing deal whereby you can get 2 of our double-sided window dies and receive the plates that you need for the other dies and for these dies totally free of charge, which is brilliant, because the plates on their own are normally $12.99 or $16.95. You're getting them included in here, and you're getting both the peony window, and you're going to receive the tulip window in there too, which is a fantastic deal. So you've got about 45, you're only paying a few pounds more than you should be paying for one of these dies to receive both of them and the plates, which is brilliant. And then that would, of course, enable you to use those last creator card dies that I just shared with you also. So brilliant deal there on those. Lots of you chatting away, lots of questions coming in too. I need to share with you this one down here, the Floral Decoupage. These are just brilliant, because what you're going to receive in here is you are going to get the decoupage pad firstly. So within here, you get 48 single-sided sheets. It's on 250 GSM cardstock as well. So what it means is you're able to, firstly, in the first instance, what you do is you take this sheet, you also take the dies. Let me share the dies with you. These boards are massive. Here we go. You take the die, and what you do is you place the die cuts, the dies over the sheet. It pops all the individual bits out. You get your chunky glue, as Debbie calls it, involved, and then what you get is this here. So see here, see there, you get all that dimension there on that. Now the great thing is, I know what you're thinking, well hang on, what happens when I've finished using the pad? Well, then what you do is you bring your stamps in, and then using your stamps, you can actually stamp out the imagery, and then again, you can actually die cut it out using the dies which are in there too. These were so popular individually when we launched them. You've got a great saving on these now as well, which is fantastic. So you're going to get all of that in there. So you get the dies, you get the stamps, and you're getting the pad in there too, which is wonderful. $13.28 or $20.97 as a platinum member. Never been more affordable to get your hands on them. Not a huge amount of these ones either, so you will need to be quick if you want to get your hands on them. The other option for you as well is just to fussy cut out the imagery in the pad. Another way of using them if you want. Lots of different ways to use these, Debbie.
Gorgeous. I love decoupage. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting, let me just tell you. I know fussy cutting is right up some people's streets. Fussy cutting is not one of my favourites, it's just because I like something instant. These dies create that. This paper pad is just exquisite. Look at the beautiful colour tones. Those 2 beautiful classic roses, I just adore these. And every one of them are numbered up as well, so you can see very clearly they've all got the numbers. They've got 48 sheets in that pad, Joe. That's a lot of sheets there that you're going to be able to create. And then the dies themselves, I mean, these dies, again, so easy. I've been getting carried away myself there, put more than one. But again, each one of the dies has got a number on them. So when you look at this, now, to the naked eye, it's a bit difficult to see, but there is, on the back, there is a number 1 on this piece here, which just means you actually line that up. That number 1 there lines up with the number 1, and you can see that that fits directly across there. Now I'm going to tape each one of mine down. So pop that down, lay that on the top, and get your low tack tape down. And then all you're going to do, Joe, is repeat that with all your dies. So we've got our number 2, we've got our number 3. So all we're going to do is just carry this on. Now, each one that's got the number, it goes corresponding over that number. It fits round there perfectly. It's been engineered and designed to fit around these. So easy, and to make your crafting life a little easier as well. Have I got that right number there? Yeah, number 3. So I'll pop that on there. So again, just pop that over, and I'm just going to hold that down with some tape, Joe.
Awesome. I think the classic rose was one of the most popular. There was 4 flowers originally, but the rose, such an iconic one. Crafting Quilling Lady says classic rose is my absolute favourite. I just love that you've got so many options when it comes to using them. Die cut them from the pad, die cut them from the stamps, stamp them, fussy cut them, use the stamps on their own. There's loads of possibilities when you consider that you're paying, well, less than £20 or $30 to get these. I think you're going to really enjoy putting them together. I think maybe, Debbie, as well, one of those things that you'll sit and put a load of these together and just have them in a box somewhere, you know, so you can just pop a little embellishment on it as and when you need it.
I have at home. That's exactly what I've done with mine. I've done quite a few sheets already, Joe, where I've popped them through. And I've used, because there's a couple of ways. You can use foam pads. I know our Craig loves his foam pads. And foam pads work beautifully. 3D cloud glue gives you a little bit more shape because you can bend them to create shape as well. They've got a lovely embossing feature on these as well. So the dies themselves have got the die cut, but they've also got a little bit of embossing that runs through design to create a real lovely, realistic feel to them as well. So, but that's how easy you load up your sheets, Joe. It's absolutely very easy to do. And of course, like you've said, if you are like Craig, who loves fussy cutting, and Craig would, he'd sit there on a night time forever and a day cutting these out. He absolutely would love that, because that's something he absolutely adores doing. But yeah, you could do that if you wanted. Longevity, if you want to just cut them out and then just keep them as separates, build it up a different way, use them in a different way. Or you can do as well, yeah.
You can, of course, stamp them and fussy cut them as well from the stamp if you want to. And then when you've got the stamps in, gives you a great opportunity to get your colouring mediums out too. So many different ways of using the whole collection, which is awesome. A lot of you loving these, very busy, not that many of these to go around is what I would say. So if you do want to snap them up, I'm just hearing how many of you are multi-ordering on these as well. You will need to be quick. As I said earlier, platinum members, $13.28 or $20.97, which is sensational value for money.
And it is, honestly, it is. And you will love these, Joe. They're just such a lovely die to work with, and that lovely design. So you can see when you start to lift them off, it brings out all these extra elements, and I'm just going to put them on side. It's cut them, die cut them perfectly, and it's also got that lovely embossed feature on there as well. I'm just going to release them. They have got some release holes as well behind the back of the die, so makes it a little bit easy, so you're not having to tap anything or anything like that, like you see some of us naughty people here do at Crafters TV. I'm not the only one. I am not the only one. There are other people. I see them. I watch them. They all do it. So then again, now look what you've got. You've got all this lovely feature. I'm just going to place that to one side for the time being. But now you've got this base here which can be used to start building up, and then all the pieces that you are going to layer on top and create that true decoupage style. Now I'm going to use my 3D cloud glue, which I've already got decanted into my syringe. I am going to bring in my bone folder because I am going to give them a little bit of a shape as well. So again, and you won't be able to see it on the camera, but you can feel that gorgeous embossed detail that that die has created. And also giving it a little bit of white work around the edge as well, which does make it pop. It's not that edge to edge, apart from these, which are, and they're meant to be, because you don't want a white edge around the flowers when you're sticking the decoupage on. It's just on that main feature of the die. So again, let's just give them a little bit of a shape, and then we're going to use our 3D cloud glue to layer these up. And again, that's all it is. That's a simple case of how you do use these. Really love this design. I love the flowers completely. And I always say, I remember when we first launched these, Joe, they remind me of back in the 90s. I feel like I'm an old timer when I'm saying that. Back in the 90s, one of those on-trend things, an on-trend craft to do, where you decoupaged your florals and pop them into picture frames. Right. And I used to have them in the house. Honestly, it's one of the crafts. When I said sometimes that I didn't start paper crafting until about, 11, 12 years ago now, or however long it is, I actually were doing it a little bit longer than that, but just not realising it, because this is what I was doing. I was taking sheets, craft sheets, and I was fussy cutting, and then making them up and then putting them in frames. Lovely, lovely idea. Really nice idea.
You still got any of them?
Do you know what? I probably haven't. I keep pictures of the kids. I don't really keep other things like that. Apart from my cross stitch, I kept my cross stitch, which again, I often say, oh, I haven't been crafting for a lot. I used to cross stitch.
What sort of cross stitches you used to do?
I used to do Disney ones. So I've got a Lion King one. I'm trying to think what else I did. I did all my baby's birth ones, so they were little baby, and then what their name were, when they were born, how much they weighed, all those kind of things.
That's cute.
Oh yeah, so yeah, for some form or another, I have been crafting. And then I say I haven't been crafting, but I used to love drawing. I used to love altering my clothes when I was younger. And me and my cousin all the time, that's what we did. We used to, God rest his soul, we used to pinch his shirts, my Uncle Dudley's. We used to pinch his shirts, we used to wrap elastic band around more string, tick dye them into do those pat dyes, yeah. Then we used to chop up sleeves, and then he'd go, Jean, have you seen my shirt today? Me and I call like this. No, don't know where that is, Uncle Dudley, don't know where that is. We were shocking.
Oh.
But I've always done a form of crafting. I keep thinking that I've never, but I have. I've done a form of crafting some way or shape or form. But I think we all have, haven't we? I think there's crafting through us all. I think we've all dabbled, haven't we?
Having a little dibble dabble.
Have a little dibble dabble, of course. Have a little dibble dabble.
Mary says, when I want to feel relaxed, I pull out my floral decoupage to play with, and I'm in heaven.
Yeah, what a great idea. That's true.
Gina wants to learn to paint roses like this. Kathy's saying as well, they make beautiful cards, they do. And also you can cluster these together, can't you? You put a few of these on a project, Debbie, if you want to.
Of course, yeah. You don't just have to put one together, you could put 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, absolutely. You know, your choice is yours. You've got that choice to be able to do that. Now, obviously, when you are using 3D Collal glue, it takes on a bit more of a, you know, especially when you've shaped it takes on a different shape to what a foam pad would do. So that if you can see that level in there, you might be able to see there with that, you know, where you use your 3D Collal glue, it gives it a real nice rounded shape. So again, I'm going to let that dry though, Joe, because that needs to dry a little bit. And I'll just pop that to one side. But let's bring a card base and then we'll start to, we'll put that all together. So I've got myself, lots of bits here, Debbie, lots of bits.
Excuse me.
Are you all right there, Joe? Is it your turn to have a little tickle?
Down the wrong hole.
Oh, I see. Well, I need to go and grab some water, actually.
Oh, yes, no.
Are you all right there, Joe? Tell you what, I'll take over while you're having that little. It gets very dry, doesn't it, sometimes in the studio as well. So we do get that little tickle now and again. But yes, are you all right there, Joe? You okay? Good, good, good.
My life flashed before my eyes for a second there, but I'm all right, I'm back. Laura Smith says, can you use the junior double-sided plates with the Pro if you use the regular plates on the outside of the sandwich?
Right, hang on a minute. Say that again to me, Joe.
I think it's a no. Can you use the junior double-sided plates with the Pro if you use the regular size cutting plates on the outside? I don't think you can. I think Leanne would say you need to have the double-sided regular Gemini size plates and then put them in the Gemini size. You need to use your double-sided Gemini sandwich on its side through the Pro, is what you can do. I'd just be worried, Debbie, about it going through the rollers, wouldn't you? And it's sort of moving around.
Yep. I get what you're saying, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you get the Gemini double-sided plates, use those through your Pro on their side with the cutting plates, absolutely tickety-boo, no problems at all. Yep. Jodie Perrin says, when you cut all the decoupage pieces out, then what do you use the dies for? I mean, if they are used for that particular flower, you use the dies then in conjunction with, what have I done with it?
The stamps.
With the stamps. In conjunction with the stamps which are getting included. So what you then do is you take your stamps and then your dies overlay over your stamps. You can cut those out and decoupage those up, which is awesome.
Yep, that's it, exactly. And there you've got that. I mean, is there also the download still available? Because there used to be a download on our inspiration
They are available to download free of charge.
So you've got the download on there as well. So, you know, longevity-wise, this is like a little bit of a system that you're buying into. So, you know, it's a great concept. And really, you know, I do adore these. I'm not going to lie, Joe. I absolutely love them. Now, I'm making a bit of a double-sided fold, but I'm doing it rather large, this one. Can you see me double-sided?
Oh, Debbie, this is unusual.
Yeah, so normally we do like the thinner stripped one, but I fancied a little bit of a larger one here. So it's you can still see you've got that double Z going off.
It's a chunky double Z.
It's a chunky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my my tape roller for this. Now I've got a nice new one that our lovely Joe's given me. And it's exactly the same concept where you just flip reverse it. So you've got the same score lines in the same place, but you just flip reverse it. And it's same applies to the chunkier version as well as the thinner version.
Is this the watercolour? Where's this from, this paper pad?
This paper pad is, do you know one of those beautiful double-sided pearlescent ones?
Oh,
it's
the one we had in the
those.
show this morning?
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, another lovely one. So let me just make sure before I fold that up, I've got it nice and straight. So I'm just going to check that when I've folded it over. So before I commit to pushing that down, just bringing it forward. There we go. And that's nicely done. So that's now given me that lovely double chunky double-sided Z card there. I'm just going to pop using one of, again, nesting dies. We've got those nesting dies on the show. You could be using these nesting dies to create a background drop for your floral. So I'm just going to place that on there. And then I've got a little sentiment for the inside. I've used a few gems. I'm just going to pop a little foam pad just to create this. So on your special day, because we've got that lovely stamp set there as well, just make, oh, that's nice and is that straight? Let's have a look. Yeah, I can get away with that one. And then I'm just going to bring back in my floral. Now, ideally, I would have let this dry. However, I'm not going to worry too much. Excuse me, while I just take that out with my teeth there. Cut me off.
Last thing, taking you to A&E. What happened? Well, I was taking the top off the chunky glue. I slipped and I swallowed it.
So, but yeah, normally I'd let that dry before I put that on. However, I'm quite happy. I hope it's not going to fall off now because I just think I might not have stuck it down well enough. But there you go. So you've got your lovely chunky double Z fold card with that gorgeous floral decoupage. You've got lots of papers in your stash. How would you put yours together? Would you cluster them? Would you add more than one? Would you put it in a picture frame? Think about all the ways that it would apply to you. Obviously, this is a great form of crafting. Decoupage is a lovely, mindful craft as well. But it's just a great set of look at the price.
It's awesome, isn't it?
An amazing price as well. Debbie's double discounted deals.
Oh yeah, it's got a ring to it, isn't it? Now, remember what you're getting in here. So you're getting the decoupage pad, firstly, which can enable you to cut. It gives you the imagery. Remember, it is available as a free download once you've used this. Once you've used it all up, you can download the imagery again. Then what happens is you cut the imagery out using the dies that you've got here. So you can see, cut those out, and this is what you'll then get, this really lovely dimensional shape that Debbie's shown you. If you don't want to download the imagery, or maybe you just want to use this lovely floral stamp on its own, you've got the stamp to use. If you did want to stamp it out, you can then use the dies and overlay those dies over there so you can cut that out again. So you've got so many different options when it comes to how you want to use these. Beth says they make great pictures. Use the lilacs from the sub box. I have a new picture for my office. Denise Stars says, hey Joe and Debbie, you both look very nice today. Thank you. She says it's good to see decoupage on again. This will remind me to bring them out. Laura saying how beautiful the cardstock was you used, and Mary saying what a gorgeous card it was too. A lot of you have very full baskets at the moment. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check yourself out. So whilst you check yourself out, look at me. Whilst you check yourself out, here's how you can watch and shop at the same time.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Absolutely, we do create every single day. Now, I'm going to share this with you. This is a brilliant deal. It's a tote bag. You are going to get 7 accessories included in here as well. And those accessories are the pokey tool, the scissors, the all-purpose glue. Hang on a minute. We've got Houston, we have a problem. 7 accessories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There isn't 6. Was there ever 6? You get what? Oh, you get 2 poké tools and 2. I see. Sorry, my bad. So 7 elements you're getting in your accessory. So what you get is your poké. I thought I was losing my mind there. You get your poké tools, your scissors, your fine tip glue applicators, your all-purpose glue, and your blending tools. So you're going to get those included. Obviously, the rest of what's in this bag you don't get included. I'm just going to give you an idea of some of the things you can get in here, though. Really lovely, deep gusseted pockets on the outside of here. So we've got re-inkers in here. It could be any of your glues, your like little gem dots, your stone drops, your explosion powders. These will fit beautifully in here. Let's spin it round. Let's not spin it round, Joe. You've forgotten about something. You also get these really lovely clear pockets in here. And the clear pockets are awesome because you can then see exactly what you've got in here. We've got our small foam pads in there. So let's just pop those back down and into there. This one here, we've got a couple of folders for the Gemini Mini there in there. Got a ruler in there too. Then we also have our spray adhesives. So 3 big cans and a small can in here. We've got foils in here. We've even got down here some ink pads too. So you get absolutely loads in here. You get pen holders as well that go all the way across. What I would say is the divider, which is this one in here, there's a divider there, that's removable, you can take that out too. So you want to have one big pocket in there, you absolutely can. It's a fantastic little tote bag. I think as and when we can start going out to things like, you know, crops and, what's the word I'm looking for? Craft classes. There's a different word I'm looking for though. What's the word, Debbie?
What's that?
Like a craft fairs?
classes?
No,
Crops?
like craft classes, but the other word for them.
Fairs?
I don't know, it'll come
Shows?
to me. Someone in the comments will tell me, I'm sure. Anyway, don't miss out on that. $35.39 or $43.70 to get the 7 accessories and to also get the tote as well. Workshops. There we are. Workshops. Fantastic. Glad we got there in the end. Thanks for all your help, guys. No one. I did it myself. Did it all on my own, I know. Right, let me move on to this paper pad collection that we've got for you, because this is brilliant. 50 sheets here, and what's great is it's such a really nice versatile selection and broad colour palette here in this one. So you've got all the different colours in there for you, 50 sheets, and it's a 180 GSM. Then we've also got the Best of British. I really like this one, some really awesome ones in here. I also like the fact that they're a paper, so they're not like a die cut topper, but you're going to be able to cut into these, look, and use them for all those different things. You've got all your different sentiments there too, which is wonderful. They are double-sided. You've got like faux inky backgrounds on one side, some spotty dotty ones, some stripy ones, got bunting in there. There's a really good selection of designs and colours. Someone's obviously had their fingers in that one. And then we've also got for you Santa's Kitchen one, which I love. Oh, Debbie. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. It used to happen. Do you remember, Johnny, back in the old days when this used to happen every show? Every single show. And I don't know what it is with me and the packaging. I'm just not very good. Just talk about yourself. Talk amongst yourself for a second. I won't be a minute. Just bear with. I'm just going to put these in the bin. No. You've then got the Santa's Kitchen as well, 180 GSM, plains on the back, which is good, and then patterns on the front in the same colour tone, which I think is really quite a smart way of doing it. So you've got your mats and layers there, all perfectly colour coordinated and ready to go. I'm just going to have to go back and show you that one again because I love it so much. Boom, look at that one, the gorgeous candy stripe. Ooh. Beautiful. And then you've got your berries in there too. 32 sheets in that one, 180 GSM. Get all three of those for $39.57 or $50.32. Use your Club Inspired discount as well. I'm going back to the 2 set or the 4 set, Johnny. The 4 set. Last chance to get these. It is the 4 set. It is very, very 3% of the stocks remaining. If it's in your basket, check it out. You get the regular nested circle in here. Torn edge. Then what you're also going to get is you're going to get the fancy one as well. So that's your regular one. And then you're going to get the fancy one. And you're going to get the squares and the hearts too. You get all of those included in there as well. $35, $32 or $46.10. Right, what's going to go first? Are we going to get the demonstration finished, Debbie, or are we going to run out? What's going to come first? Who knows?
Oh, I don't know, Joe. I don't know. Let's get cracking, though. Let's go. Come on, let's show you what you can do with these. Now, again, nesting dies are so versatile. These dies, perfect for your perfect mat and layer. So if you only want to use a couple to create the perfect mat and layer, that's what these nesting dies will do. But they're such a versatile die because you can use them in many ways. You saw me at the very beginning use it as an aperture, create a little frame around there, and then add a little centerpiece that came through that aperture. I'm going to use an easel card with this one because, again, this is what you can do. There's lots of things from bunting to card making to absolutely anything. You can actually make a box with them, so you could actually create yourself a little box and then use one of the top ones at the top and the bottom to create yourself a beautiful box. Loads and loads and loads of ways that you can use them, which is why they're such a versatile die. So first of all, I'm just going to cut myself some little mat and layers. So I've got a lovely black matte cardstock there. I've also got a nice bright pink one. I've got myself a little sentiment that I've cut out, but what I'm just going to do is just cut through these first, Joe. So again, I'm just going to pop them in, run them through my machine. If you're using your bigger plates, you'll be able to get quite a lot on one go. I just prefer, it's just a little pet love of mine, where I use my Gemini jewellery plates all the time in my larger Gemini. I'm like it at home, why be any different when I'm out and about? Absolutely. So what we're just going to do now is just release my tape though, low tack tape, come on, gently, gently, there we go. So I've created my first mat there. This one sits beautifully on top as well, so you can see straight away, you've got that perfect increment all the way around because we've done all the hard work for you. You don't have to do anything. Whereas before, you'll hear me and Craig talk about it, especially where we take a quarter of an inch off either side to make your perfect mat and layer. You don't have to with these because we've done that for you. So I'm going to pop on there now my lovely stamp there. Do you know, I can't even remember where I took that stamp from. It'll be one of ours. Loved you yesterday, love you still, always have, and I always will, Joe.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, just for you, that one. Just
thanks,
for you.
Darling. Darling,
So,
where did that come from?
You what, love?
Thanks, darling, I just said. Thanks, darling.
Thanks,
James.
darling.
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 Darling, what's going on?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You can call me whatever you like, Joe.
Oh, thanks.
As long as it's nice.
Okay.
As long as it's nice.
Thanks, darling. That's my Essex. That's my Essex heritage coming out. I'll be calling you babes next. Cheers, babes. Thanks, babes.
Oh my goodness! I haven't been called that in a long time. I haven't been called that in a long time.
Poor Susie T on the craft house. She's not going to know what's hit her tonight, has she?
Oh, bless her. I'm
bless
looking
her.
forward to meeting her because you hear the name all the time, but it's sometimes difficult, isn't it, to put faces to names. Is that the right way around?
Especially when you don't know what faces look like.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we don't know what she looks like. Whoops. Whoops.
Oh,
I completely forgot that
Debbie.
bit. I'm looking forward to
today.
meeting her. Hey, guess what, George? You know, I had in the post today, I had a post and I thought, who's been sending me gifts?
What did you
When I
get?
got up here, Jake said to me, you've got a delivery. And I was like, what is this? And do you know when we did the craft along? Were you hear me with? And I had Emma Winters when we did the inverted nested
Yeah, I was
dies. When we did that. So, do you know the one she made on the show?
Yeah.
She sent it.
Oh,
It's
nice.
beautiful.
That's lovely.
Yeah, so lovely, Emma Winters. Thank you very much. I got me my parcel today if you are watching. And if you're not and you're watching us on catch up.
Oh, it was a gorgeous project.
Oh, it
that.
was beautiful. The colours are beautiful. Anybody who ever sends me anything handmade, I got a beautiful poem the other day as well.
Did you?
Yes, I got a beautiful poem through
Have you
there
got it with
from
you? You gonna read it to us?
Nancy. I actually took it home. I took it home with me. It came up here. When I got up here the other day, it was here waiting for me. So it's very, very beautiful. It's very, very clever lady is Nancy. So yes, I were really, it's lovely getting these
Me
little
and
gifts.
Craig were canvassing for anything last night. We said, send us what you want. Chocolate. He said he'll take money. Sent a candle. send him the lot.
Was he now then? Craig gives some lovely gifts. He gives awesome gifts as well, doesn't he? He's a
indeed.
lovely gift giver. Gift giver, is that the right word? Gift giver? Yes, he does. He does lovely gifts. Although according to Debbie Fisher, what did she say? Or was
He's
it
the only person she's ever had a gift from.
Yeah, I know.
I feel bad now. Maybe I didn't get her a birthday gift.
I know.
She got me a amazing birthday gift as well. She got me a signed copy of the Glastonbury 50th anniversary book, big coffee table book.
Joe,
She did.
That's amazing.
It's a lovely big gift, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh my goodness. So that's probably why she said that though, because you didn't get one, Joe.
Do you think that was a loaded response, Debbie?
What was that?
It wouldn't have been a loaded response.
Right, can you see now my lovely nested dies all work beautifully together? Lovely increments. I've just loaded them up with some foam pads to create a little bit of height. So that's my little my topper ready. What I've just done though, Joe, is with the very larger one, I just did some double-sided, and I say double-sided, I used some black cardstock and folded this over, and literally all I've done, Joe, is I've placed it over the top of that said black cardstock with a little overhang over the top, and then run that through my Gemini and pop a score line through the middle. What it does is stays connected into the cardstock, but then it also gives me this lovely easel, which is where this one is going to sit onto the front of there. So we'll just pop that just onto that front. Let me just make sure I've got some nice tape going across there, and I'm going to line that up. And talking of easels, Craft House coming up soon, where we've got the stacked easels. We have got some, well, I've got some amazing demos lined up here. I can't wait to meet Susie T. So we'll be back here at 7 p.m. with that show later today. So what I'm just going to do now, Joe, is just finish this off literally by adding a few little extra embellishments, and again even using the smallest. Can you see this one is the smallest? I've just put a little gem, but it's the smallest of there.
Tiny little
teeny
part.
weeny. Yeah, it goes down in size. What have I done with my foam pads? They're here. Let's just grab a little foam pad. Where's my scissors? I'm being that tidy as I'm crafting. I'm actually putting things away. Very unlike me. Uh-oh, where did that go? Oh, it just sprung on me. Oh my God. It just pinged onto my chest there, Joel. Did you see it?
Well, it's trying to get back in your heart, was it?
Yeah, it
There you
was.
go.
My heart trying to get back in me. Is that where my heart is?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah. So, what do you mean, somewhere?
Well, it's in that general direction is what I mean.
Oh, I'll let you off then. Let you off. I thought you
Where do you
meant
think I meant?
somewhere. I thought you meant that I ain't got one.
No! It's in that general vicinity, I think, is what I meant. I don't know if you've realised, but I'm not a doctor, Debbie.
No, I know.
No,
And I ain't got a clue where out is. Don't ask me to name where bodily parts are, because you'll not get them from me. There we go. Now look. We've got our lovely easel card, perfectly nested, because we've got all those dies that create those perfect mat and layers, even down to the inside. Let me just pop that up there for a second. Even down to the inside, where it all just fits in there really beautifully. So again, I mean, a lovely little dinky card, but lots of different ways you can use them. Buntings are one of my favourites. You could make your own bunting. I made sapphire one for a birthday last year, where I had a name, and I used the nested dies and then just threaded some string around the back. They're just perfect for lots of different ways. And I always say, you know, when you're crafting, you need tools of the trade. We talk about scoreboards and then, envelope box and things like that. Nested dies are an absolute must-have at the top of your list. Should be somewhere up at the top. So get yourself some while they're at that fabulous price. Have they gone yet, Johnny, or are they just still dangling? Wow. So while they're at this fantastic price, treat yourself to one of Debbie's double discounted deals.
Debbie's double discounted deal. So remember what you are getting there. So you're getting the regular circle in there. You're also going to get the fancy circle. You've got your heart in there. And you've got the square in there too. Right, Debbie, should we do demo of the show before we do this last section?
Crikey,
Do you want to
yes,
get
no, I
yourself
can,
all
yep,
sorted out for that?
that's
Whilst
fine.
you get yourself sorted out, I'm going to take you through what you're getting in this embossing collection. It's a really fantastic deal for you. So in here, you're getting the Rick Rack, which is from our Crafty Fun collection. You've also got Rose Garden in here as well. This is your rose trellis, as you can see. Something from Woodland Friends. This one being the foliage silhouette, and then 3 of our really lovely big 3D embossing folders. So this one here is your Grande Butterfly. You're also going to receive the Climbing Ivy, Climbing Ivy, and the lavish leopard print as well. Love these. Debbie's got you a fantastic double discount on these too. You should have been getting 30%, but then you're getting an extra, no, that's the wrong one, Joe. You should have been getting 30%. It's all the wheels coming off, aren't they, towards the end here. You should have got 30%, but you got an extra 25%, so you're saving 45%. Platinum members spend £16 in the UK, so it's saving 23. Platinum members in the US can pick these up for $22.97. That is awesome, awesome value for money. Do not miss out on those. 3 of those recent launches as well, so amazing to have them included in the show as well. If you want to place an order, it's really simple to do so. Pop yourself over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click that shop the show button and have a look at everything that is there. Right, stop. Demo time, as in like demo of the daytime. Didn't really work. I'll work on that, Debbie.
Right, I'm trying to remember how many I've done, Joe, because I think I've done quite a lot on this one. So we'll have to do numbers. So first of all, number 1, I'm going back to the beginning, 1, which is this lovely scalloped circle die. That's number 1. Number 2 was the Edgeable, so number 2. So that's number 2. Number 3 was the pop-up box with the Away in the Manger, so that's number 3. Then we did the Making Waves box, which is number 4. So we've got that beautiful Making Waves box, so that's number 4. Then we did, oops, that's just dropped over there. Number 5 was the decoupage flower. So we've got that number 5. And then number 6 was back to the nesting, which is there. So we've got that nested easel there, so you can see that. So I hope you got all that. So off you go. Start voting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6.
Brilliant. Let us know over on Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafters Companion across on YouTube as well. Right, I'll let Debbie just clean down all of her demos away. Renee says, speaking of birthdays, doesn't your boss have one coming up soon? She does, I believe, doesn't she? When is it? Is it Thursday? Is it Thursday? This coming Thursday, which is my first day back in. So, is my first day back in? Yes, it is. It's Friday.
Oh, is it Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday. Because she's here with us all day on the 23rd, I believe.
That's
both
why
shows
I'm
on the 23rd.
confused.
Yes, I'll be here with her as well. Right. The embossing folders, very busy on those. If you've got those nesting dies, the 4-piece collection, there's more of you now trying to get hold of them. We actually have stock available, so do be quick with those ones if you want to grab them. Check out your baskets as well. But I think Debbie is going to share and treat us to some more inspiration with these embossing folders. You love a good embossing folder, don't you, Debbie?
Oh, I have got a terrible addiction to embossing folders. I couldn't even.
I mean, there's worse things to be addicted to be honest.
I couldn't even tell you how many I own. I own far too many, but they are amazing. What they do and how they transform card is just phenomenal. It really is, because they take a piece of white plain cardstock or pattern, mirror, whatever it is that you want to use to emboss. But what they do is just transform it into something else to give that real gorgeous detail. So I'm going to use the lavish leopard. Love this one. The lavish leopard print. Let's get that right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it, and I'm going to do a little bit of a letterpress technique, which is just, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful, really, really nice and easy to do. But again, I think what I'll do is I've got all my ink pads here, so I've got quite a few choices of colours. So I think what I'll start with is, I think I'll do with parakeet. Now I'll show you, I mean, ideally you would use the brayer, although Debbie can't find us, great big craft bag, can't find my brayer. However, don't worry about it, because what you can do is you can take your ink pad and you can take it across your embossing folder. Now that will just hit the areas of the embossing and leave a little area white. Now what I'm going to do, Joe, just for the sake of this, is I'm going to show you both sides as well, because you get a different effect, because you've got the raised elements and then the recessed element. So this is the raised part, this is the recessed part, which I just think you get 2 different looks by doing this. But this, I love this print. I don't know what it is about leopard, she says. Leopard print, I mean, it's almost like I did it deliberately. But it is, I just love leopard print. I absolutely adore this. Now I've taken some stamping card, but you could be choosing any cardstock, and I'm going to place that down in there without taking too much care not to move it too much. Now this is a 3D embossing folder. You can already see what a look you're going to get there, and when I turn that over you can see the difference, can't you, between the two by using the inks. So this is a 3D embossing folder, so the plate combination slightly different to what a standard embossing folder would be. So in that collection I believe there is standard and 3D.
There's a good mix, yeah.
Yes, there's a nice mix, and they're really lovely, all of them. So I'm just going to pop that in there. Now with a 3D embossing sandwich, it is one cutting plate, magnetic and plastic shim. And please do remember that, because if you try to put a 3D plate combination with the two clear cutting plates, you could damage your machine or your embossing folder, but it could come a cropper, because literally it will try, and if the machine takes it, it spits it out really quite powerful at the other side. So please do take that into consideration when you're using this. Look at
Debbie.
that looks absolutely gorgeous on that side.
Ooh,
the effect I want,
spotted blue leopard.
isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. But when you lift it off and turn it over, the other side, equally as nice. Now when you are using embossing folders and inks, make sure hot soapy water or a wipe to clean that down. I'm spoilt for choice, to be fair, Joe, because I love them both. I think they both look lovely. However, I'm going to use Spring Meadow. I'm just going to grab, just bear with me a minute, Joe, while I delve down into the bottom for these. Come for me, look, I've come for all my ink daubers. That's the word I was looking for, ink dauber. Just trying to find the right colour though, Joe, because I want to use me Spring Meadow. Let's put that to one side for a second. So I'm going to use my Spring Meadow over the top, and then I'm just going to take this and literally pick up that extra raised part. So you can mix your couple of colours without having to...
That's a nice idea.
You what, look?
That's a lovely idea.
Yeah, just a nice little idea. You just, and
Looks
I'm
like
just
dinosaur skin.
Just doesn't it? Isn't it gorgeous? It's really lovely. But I am just touching over there. Of course, you could use things like gilding wax. What about using it onto black cardstock and then use it? Your silvers and your golds over the top. That'd look absolutely beautiful. I just wanted to do something a little bit different, but this is the beauty about having embossing folders, because there's so many ways you can use them. So many techniques you can use. Just simply use it onto some mirror card or Centura pearl and just watch how beautiful that all looks when it's all together as well. So again, I'm just taking that across. So that's created that lovely background effect there, and it's just picked up those others. But again, like I said, Joe, which side do you like the most? Which
I
one
like
would you?
I like that one the most.
Yeah, I know you'd like that one because that's your true leopard one, isn't it? But I do. I'll be honest, I love them both. I love them both. Now I've done exactly the same with a smaller piece, and I'll just show you what I mean by that, just by different colours. Let me just push this to one side. So I took another piece of cardstock, and on this one I used crushed velvet and fuchsia. So I used crushed velvet in the same way, and then just went over the top with the fuchsia to create that, and it just gives it a nice little bit of a contrast, something a bit bright on this day today. So when I just move that to one side now, I'm going to bring in, let me bring in my card blank. I've already done some matting and layering ahead of time, so I've got perfect matting and layering that goes over there. I have actually fast forwarded this piece by adding a little ribbon around there, so you can see that little ribbon and a little gem just onto the back. So what I'm going to do is layer this up. So let's just, I'll do it this way, pop these on first and then pop that on last. So I'm just going to take my all-purpose glue around the edge there and then pop that on. And that way I can save that other piece, Joe. Do you know the piece that I did first with both sides? I can save that and use it for something else. So I'm going to place that now onto my card blank. So let's pop that on. There we go.
Love this technique, says Desert Dweller. We had this conversation yesterday about desert or dessert. We've learnt it. 1S, Desert Dweller. Says, yeah, love the technique with the embossing folder. Sonal asking what collection was the embossing folder from. Like in the show, it's from the details that are there on your screen, the 6-piece embossing folder, but they were part of, what was I don't know what it was called. It was the lavish leopard print. There was it doesn't have a particular name, does it? The collection. It was from the most recent release of the 3D embossing folders. It was along with the Grande Butterfly, the Climbing Ivy, the Gossamer Lace. It was in that collection is where it came from.
Yeah, absolutely, it was. So what I'm going to do now, Joe, is I'm just going to add a couple of little foam pads just onto the back of this one. I'm going to lift it off a little bit. So pop a couple down on there. There we go.
What is that in there?
So sorry. I had a quizzical look on my face then because did you hear what I heard? I heard this squeaking sound. I thought, what's that noise? This is someone trying to
That was Johnny's wallet opening.
I like it, Joe, I like it. Do you know, I've never seen Johnny open his wallet though, Joe.
I've never seen Johnny's wallet, let alone him open it. Honestly, he's that tight. He's the only man I know who looks under his pillow in the morning to see if he's lost in his sleep.
I like it. Now, all I'm going to do now, Joe, is I'm just going to add myself a little sentiment onto there as well.
I don't know. I don't think he is mean, Johnny. We've never been out. We've not been allowed to. All the time I've worked here, we've been on lockdown, so we haven't been able to. We'll soon see, hopefully.
There we go. So, Joe, just by using elements and changing up the different colours, you can see that beautiful effect. And the fact that a 3D, it's got some real dimension. You can feel it when you touch it. It's absolutely beautiful dimension on there, that 3 level of embossing. I absolutely adore embossing folders. That price for 6 embossing folders is absolutely incredible. I love them. And I know that you will too, because there's lots and lots of ways that you can use them on lots of different materials, including this one, with a little bit of what we call a letterpress technique that you can achieve at home as well.
Awesome. Let me just tell you that the 4-pack of the nesting die is totally sold out and gone. Congratulations if you've got your hands on those. I'm going to take you back through the embossing folders once more that you're going to get in here. So you're going to receive the Rick Rack, which is this one here. You are also going to get, so there's that one. You're also going to get this one here, which is from the Rose Garden collection. You're going to get one from our Woodland Animals. Woodland Animals or Woodland Friends? I always want to call it Woodland Animals, and it's Woodland Friends, isn't it?
Woodland Friends, yes. That was a bone of contention when we did the game the other week, the anagram game. Because it was called, we had a Woodland Animals, and I said it's not Woodland, and it's Woodland Friends. I was most put out, Joe, most put out. Only because I lost.
Moved on, does
because
it?
I lost.
The Grande Butterfly. Well, you've got your redemption today. You've got the Climbing Ivy in here as well, and then you're also going to receive that lavish leopard print in there too. You get all 6 of those for that price, which is an amazing price. You're looking at what? Just over £3 per folder. That's before you have even taken off your Club Inspired discount as well. Lots of you loving this. Loads of awesome stuff in the show. Too. So now, where am I going? What am I doing for next? Oh, the card of the show. I'm very discombobulated today. Yes, it was the Z-Fold card by an absolute country mile, Debbie.
Oh, me double chunky Z-Fold card with the florals.
Chunky Z-Fold, yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Absolutely beautiful.
Fabulous.
So we'll pop that on the shelf, and then what we'll do is we'll pick a card from the latest Craft House show, and then we'll have the face-off for the demo of the day, which is awesome. I'd like to just take a moment to remind you of some of the busiest items that have been in this show. The nested die collection, the 2-piece, there's 1 remaining. Someone needs to check out their basket and that will be gone. We've also had the border and word edgeables, or Debbie Fishables as we call them. These are on the show for you, $35.79 or $53.71 if you want to get a hold of those. Now, the pop-up boxes, very busy there still too. Remember, you get the worker die, and then basically, well, you're paying a few pounds extra to get the other stamps and dies. As a platinum member, you're not even paying for the main worker die there. So you've got that option there, and then there's a second option for you too, with the Away in the Manger, and also Santa and Rudolph too. So do go check those out. Loads of other deals as well on this show, on the website. Pop yourself over there, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Click that shop the show button. You see absolutely everything. We're not done for the day. We've got more coming your way a little later today. I'll give you a sneaky peek of that in a second. Debbie, massive thank you. I've really enjoyed that last couple of hours.
Thank you very much, Joy. It's been a pleasure as always. And we are back tonight at 7 p.m. Is that UK time? What is it, Eastern time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. for our Stacked Easel Craft House show, where we've got our lovely Susie T. I can't wait, actually. Susie T joining us for our Craft House, where I'm going to show you lots of different ways that you can use your stacked easels to effect, not just in the way that you might think. So do come and join us. If you're not doing anything, come and join us and keep me and Joe company, because I've had a blast. I don't know about you, Joe.
Oh yeah, it's been absolutely gorgeous. I've really loved it. We'll be back with you in a couple of hours' time. Hope you are enjoying your Saturday. Hope it is sunny where you are. Here, in fact, it's a little sneak peek of what you can expect from the rest of the day. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Take care.
Hey guys, right, I want you to join Debbie and Joe later on today for the Craft House. It's all about the stacked easel collections. You can be creating projects like this one here with the hexagon, or maybe you want to create one like this one with the love hearts that you can see here. That's just two of many different designs that you can be creating. That's 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Then how about getting your Sunday stitchy fix with your softer side of life? That's going to be with Bernie and Ben, 12 p.m. here in the UK, 7 a.m. Eastern time.